Hi everyone, this is Eliza. Welcome back to Eliza's Bookshelf. So this past weekend was Father's Day weekend, and in honor of that, I let my husband pick 3 books from my bookshelf downstairs to read for the next month. And my bookshelf downstairs is organized in genre. The top shelf is romance, the middle shelf is mystery thriller, and the bottom shelf is sci-fi fantasy. So I let him pick one of each. Here's my husband picking out the next books for me to read.
Baby teeth.
Okay, let's read that one. I heard it's really crazy. All right, now pick a sci-fi fantasy book for me.
Is this wrong?
The bottom one.
But then.
Damn it! It's so long. This is such a long series, but okay. Here we go. All right.
Do Ender's Game.
Ender's Game?
Yep.
All right, at least I can watch the movie afterwards. Alex's favorite book. All right, 3 books that my husband picked out for me. Rom-com, some sort of thriller, and science fiction. Yay! The romance shelf, I knew he was going to pick certain books because he loves Christmas. If it was Christmas all year round, I feel like he would be super happy. And then once it hits January, he starts his countdown all over again to Christmas. So yeah, I told him, he picked out first 12 Seasons of Christmas, and I was like, I already read that. And I knew he was gonna pick In a Holiday, so I was like, don't pick that too. That's by Christina Lauren. And so the book that he picked out is The Worst Best Man. And I think he picked this one out is because we are planning our wedding. We're already like technically married. We already have 2 kids, but we never had our wedding. We finally started planning in 2020, but obviously 2020 was a bust, and you know, things are finally kind of sort of getting back to normal. And so our wedding is later this year. And actually it's in a couple months, and we're kind of stressed out now, but I think that's why he picked The Worst Best Man. This is about a woman. She's actually a wedding planner herself, and she's finally getting her dream wedding. She has her fiance, you know, but she's actually left at the altar. And so that's a bust, but she moves on with her life. She has this job. She is presented with an opportunity at her job, I think, but in order to do that job, she has to work with the best man who was at the wedding, who is her ex-fiance's brother, I believe. So, you know, they're already starting off hating each other or off to a bad start, but I think, you know, feelings start changing. So it's an interesting scenario. I've never heard of this type of plot in romance books before, so it's interesting to read. This is definitely a cover buy for me because it's just so beautiful. The second book in the series is already out, and I think it has some of the side characters in there too. But this, yeah, I don't know if I said it is by Mia Sosa. I've heard mixed reviews about this one, so I'll kind of go in being open to whatever, but I heard the second one is a lot better. So I'm hoping that I like this one and then I can move on to the second one. I've been hearing it's a lot better. But anyways, so yeah, this is the romance pick that he got for me, The Worst Best Man. I'm pretty excited about that. So let's move on to the other genre. For mystery thriller, he actually picked Baby Teeth by, actually, I don't know how to say her name. Soji Stage. I don't know why, but on Instagram, I always pronounced her name Zoe, but that's how it's spelled out. Anyways, so she is known to be an author who writes a lot of disturbing horror thriller type of books, and this is the only one I have from her. I just haven't picked out any other additional ones because they seem really disturbing. Anyways, Baby Teeth. It says right here, it's a mix of We Need to Talk About Kevin meets Gone Girl meets The Omen. And so I can kind of see how The Omen, We Need to Talk About Kelvin meshes together, but then throw Gone Girl in there. I was like, I don't know what the heck this is about. But basically you have this 6 or 7-year-old girl and her parents, and she starts to do kind of some disturbing things. And only the mom sees it, but she has this great relationship with her father. And yeah, some crazy shit happens, I think. The reason why I haven't read it yet is because you know, with kids, I have 2 kids of my own, 4 years old, 2 years old, and I don't know if I can handle reading disturbing things about kids. Watching movies like, what movie is it? The super scary movie, like The Grudge, or you know, those scary Japanese movies a long time ago that got made into American movies. I just hate it when I see little kids because that just freaks me out. I always told my husband, I was like, if our kids start doing freaky ass shit, we need to do something, you know. So this is about this little kid doing really terrible stuff, I think, and the parents are just not on the same mindset. The father is in his own little world, sweet little girl, and the mom is the one seeing everything happen. I don't know, but I'm excited to finally read this one. I hope I'm not too freaked out. This is the mystery thriller that he chose. So onto the sci-fi fantasy. Initially, as you saw, he did pick Dune. And I'm just a little bit intimidated going into that because 1, it looks super long. The series is how many books long? I'll get to it eventually. I just don't feel like it right now, but I'm excited that he picked Ender's Game because it'll make me finally read it. So Ender's Game, my husband introduced me to this book years ago, like, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, and I still have the copy. I've never read it. It is supposedly his favorite book ever, and it's funny because he doesn't read a lot of books. He's maybe read about no more than 5 books in the whole decades that I've known him, and this is one of them. This one including what else? The Alchemist he read. What else did he read? He reads more nonfiction self-help books, but this one, oh, The Hunger Games, and that's because I made him. But anyways, this is one of the few books that he's read, and it's so funny because he's reread this book multiple times. I find that so hilarious because, I mean, I reread books too, but I read a lot of books and I know which books I want to come back to and which ones I want to revisit. And for him to not having read that many books and going back to the same book over and over, not exploring anything else out there, I just think it's so hilarious. But Ender's Game, let's get back. So Ender's Game, it's about Earth, you know, I don't know if it's super in the future or anything, I don't know the year, but basically the world is going to end because of aliens. And so the military is training this group of kids to be able to counteract that and kill these aliens. I'm not too sure, but this guy named Ender is part of this group of children that they're training. And so I know this is a series, but I know my husband stopped here and he was satisfied with it. So I wasn't that intimidated going into this book. I can just stop here and be okay. But who knows, maybe I'll like it and I'll move on with it. I remember reading this a long time ago or starting it and I never finished it. So I'm happy that he picked this one so I can finally finish it. And then he did watch the movie that came out years ago and he said he liked it too. I just didn't watch it with him because I didn't read the book yet and I didn't want to. So he said he liked it. He loved the book. He liked the movie. I'm excited to finally get on his page. But yeah, Ender's Game. So yeah, these are the 3 books that my husband picked out for me to read, and I'm super excited to get into them. I love my husband and how he's super supportive of my booktube journey. He actually came up with a concept that I'm going to do starting next month, and it's super cute because he thought of it himself. I didn't talk to him about it at all, and he's like, hey, I have an idea. He wanted to do a segment called Booktube with a Book Noob, him being the book noob. And so he just wants me to pick a book out with him every month and we'll just talk about it together on my channel. So next month, I was like, what book do I think my husband will enjoy? And for July, I am starting off this segment that he chose with Upgrade by Blake Crouch. I think he'll really like it. I don't really know what it is about, but I know it is science fiction. I know it's crazy. Blake Crouch is awesome. I think my husband will like it, but we'll see. So yeah, happy belated Father's Day. These are the books that I'm going to read that my husband picked out for me. So I'm super excited. Thanks again for watching my video. I'll see you next time. Bye.